Hello everyone, welcome to my channel SW Metro official channel.
I'm proud of the way Sister Wives handled their most difficult episode ever. Garrison Brown's tragic passing has changed everything for the family. Sister Wives Season 19 tackled one of its most harrowing moments as Garrison Brown's passing was finally explored by the Brown family, and I'm proud of how they handled their most painful emotions. Throughout Sister Wives Season 19, viewers have been waiting with bated breath to see how the show handled Garrison's tragic passing. Even though he died in the middle of 2024, Sister Wives resumed filming to ensure that the family could share what they wanted in the aftermath of the tragedy. With Janelle Brown sharing her memories, albeit painful, the series made impact. Some people were worried that the show wouldn't be able to handle the amount of emotion that would come from Janelle, Kody Brown, and the rest of the family remembering Garrison, but others were hopeful that they would be able to get some closure from the family about his death. As Sister Wives had been around for the majority of Garrison's life, it only felt natural for the cameras to document Janelle and Kody's difficult reactions to losing their son, albeit in a way that they felt comfortable with. Fans of Sister Wives made it clear they would understand choosing not to openly share. I was nervous about Sister Wives' tribute to Garrison. When I first heard about Garrison's death, I wasn't sure what to expect from Sister Wives, but I hoped the show wouldn't deal with it. Knowing how tragic and painful that situation must have been for Janelle, Kody, and the rest of the family, I was hoping they'd be able to grieve in private and leave viewers out of it. While I obviously understood that the show would likely at least reference Garrison's death, I was hopeful that there wouldn't be anything on screen that took the family's grief and used it for TV. Although I understand that the onus of Sister Wives has always been to share the Brown family in its highs and lows, I've been curious about the older kids in the family for years. While some have continued to share their lives on the show, others have chosen to move on after they were old enough to do so. Garrison was always someone who wound up confidently appearing on Sister Wives, even if it was just for an episode. Sharing his feelings openly, I appreciated who Garrison was, which is why I shouldn't have been surprised to see him honored. The Brown family got into difficult conversations. During the episode that began memorializing Garrison and sharing what had happened in the family, I was hopeful viewers would see some tough conversations, but I never imagined the family would get into just so much. With Janelle sharing her memories of the day she found out and its aftermath to Kody talking to Robin about his feelings surrounding Garrison's passing, I was floored at just how difficult the family allowed things to get on camera. The raw honesty created a refreshing, mesmerizing episode of Sister Wives that should be applauded for its depth and emotional vulnerability by the fans. Seeing Janelle Brown's strength was awe-inspiring. While the rest of the family held down the fort throughout the episode, I was proudest of Janelle for speaking her truth throughout her time on camera. As Garrison's mother, it's clear Janelle had a ton of pride radiating through her for her son, and that didn't leave just because he passed. Janelle opened up about her pain, and it's clear she hasn't held that back, but on top of that, she opened up about her son. Sharing more about their relationship than ever before, Janelle let Sister Wives viewers see her Garrison, and I thank endlessly her for that. I don't think Sister Wives Robin Brown has learned enough since their family tragedy. Her relationship with Kody Brown has ruined the family. Sister Wives Season 19 has brought the Brown family's most tragic moment into the spotlight, and while everyone in the family is mourning the loss of Garrison Brown in their own way, it feels like Robin Brown hasn't learned what she was meant to from the tough experience. After losing a member of the family so suddenly, viewers were struck with pain for the Brown family and curious about how Sister Wives Season 19 would choose to cover the tragedy. Though it wasn't an easy time for the family to share, the Browns chose to allow cameras into their grief. Kody Brown, who lived in Garrison with his ex-wife Janelle Brown, was honest about what he was feeling with Robin. However, it was clear that Kody's only remaining wife was missing something from the story. After dealing with the pain and fallout from his divorces throughout the last few years, losing his son was a tough blow for Kody, who's been tackling his betrayal as head-on as possible. Throughout the most recent episode of Sister Wives, Kody and Robin revealed their feelings about what was happening, but Robin's grief was concerning to watch play out on screen. The Brown family was hit hard by tragedy in 2024. Although the news has been widespread since his 2024 passing, the loss of Garrison was finally introduced on Sister Wives Season 19 during the second half of its long season. Garrison, who passed suddenly and tragically during the early months of 2024, was the son of Janelle and Kody, though he'd grown up with siblings from each of Kody's former wives. The death of Garrison shook the family to its core at just 25 years old, and it was difficult for them to talk about it. In part because of their sadness, and in part because it would be documented on the show. Garrison's passing was particularly difficult on Janelle and Kody, albeit in different ways. Janelle was close with her son, and the pair shared a sweet bond that made it clear how heavily he relied on her throughout his adulthood. For Kody, things were far more complicated. After Robyn and Garrison struggled to see eye to eye about several family issues including Kody's strange COVID-19 rules, Garrison became estranged from his father and Robyn. Though there had been some attempts at reconciliation, they hadn't been successful prior to Garrison's passing. The grief surrounding his passing was immense and heavy for the entire family. Robyn Brown's behavior hasn't changed in the wake of tragedy. Although some of the aftermath remains to be seen, Robyn's behavior doesn't appear to have changed in the wake of Garrison's passing. While Kody and Robyn were open about the loss they were dealing with on Sister Wives, Robyn's me-first attitude was quick to come to the forefront during the show's most recent heartbreaking episode. While Robyn was trying to help Kody move through his grief and process her own, things became too difficult for Robyn to focus outside herself for long. Robyn consistently made Kody's tragic loss about her, ignoring the issues that had existed between her and Garrison. Robyn needs to reevaluate her life with Kody. After seeing how Robyn's attempts to support Kody through loss are more about her than about him or Garrison, it's clear to me that she hasn't been able to step back and learn from experiencing something so harrowing. Robyn needs to reevaluate her relationship with Kody in a different light, working to try and understand how she can improve as a partner. Making every event about her is Robyn's strong suit, but the Sister Wives star owes it to herself and her family to try and escape her selfish streak. Robyn needs to rethink her priorities before it's too late. Sister Wives Season 19 tackled one of its most harrowing moments as Garrison Brown's passing was finally explored by the Brown family, and I'm proud of how they handled their most painful emotions. Throughout Sister Wives Season 19, viewers have been waiting with bated breath to see how the show would approach Garrison's tragic passing. While his death occurred in mid-2024, the show wasn't filming at the time. When filming resumed, it became clear the family was ready to share their experiences in the aftermath of an unimaginable loss. What emerged from the episodes was not just grief, but grace. As cameras respectfully followed Janelle Brown, Kody Brown, and other members of the family in their personal journeys through this trauma, the show took on a new emotional depth. It was no longer just about plural marriage, family tensions, or relocation struggles. It became about healing, remembrance, and humanity. I was nervous about Sister Wives' tribute to Garrison. When the news of Garrison's death first broke, I, like many others, felt gutted. My first reaction wasn't curiosity about how the show would handle it, it was a hope that they wouldn't. I felt protective of Janelle and Garrison's siblings. As much as I had followed the Brown story for years, the idea of their deepest, most private pain being captured for the world to watch made me feel uncomfortable. There's a fine line between storytelling and intrusion, and I feared the show might cross it. But what I didn't anticipate was how lovingly and respectfully Garrison's life would be honored. Rather than sensationalizing or overdramatizing the loss, the episode chose compassion. The series allowed Janelle to steer the narrative. It let her speak her truth and remember her son in her own voice, without interference or exploitation. Kody, Robyn, and even some of the adult children were given the chance to reflect sincerely and vulnerably, which helped bring a sense of closure to those of us who felt connected to Garrison from afar. Garrison was always honest and open on Sister Wives. For those of us who watched him grow up on screen, Garrison was never just a secondary figure. He was a strong personality, sometimes defiant, sometimes hilarious, always heartfelt. He was one of the few Brown kids who didn't mind expressing his opinions, even if they didn't align with his father's. As he grew older, he became a symbol of independence and resilience. While he had his struggles, some of which were alluded to in the show and later confirmed publicly, Garrison was a light in the Brown family. His military service, his bond with his siblings, his relationship with his mother, these are the things that made him memorable. Seeing the show acknowledge his full humanity rather than focusing only on the tragedy was a gift. The episode made space for joy, laughter, and gratitude, even amid the sorrow. The Brown family got into difficult conversations. One of the most commendable aspects of the tribute episode was its honesty. This wasn't a sanitized, picture-perfect look at grief. It was messy. It was real. Janelle spoke about the moment she found out about Garrison's death. She cried, she faltered, she pushed through. Her strength was palpable. And then there was Kody, struggling to reconcile with a son he had been distant from. Watching him admit his regrets was hard. But it was necessary. Even Robin, often a polarizing figure on the show, opened up about her sorrow and confusion. Her conversation with Kody was especially poignant, as they both seemed to grapple with how their relationship with Garrison had deteriorated. Rather than hiding from the truth, the family laid it bare. This kind of radical vulnerability is rare on television. It deserves to be acknowledged. Janelle Brown's strength was awe-inspiring. If there was one person who carried the emotional weight of the episode, it was Janelle. Her love for Garrison radiated through every frame. She didn't just speak about her pain, she spoke about her son. About his humor, his drive, his love for his siblings. She shared stories that helped viewers see Garrison as a full person, not just a name in a headline. Watching Janelle grieve was painful, but it was also empowering. She didn't allow herself to be reduced to a grieving mother trope. She took control of the narrative and made it clear that Garrison's life mattered, that it had meaning, and that it would continue to have impact. Her composure, her honesty, and her refusal to sugarcoat the situation made the episode resonate even more. Why it was right to film the tribute episode. At first, I questioned the wisdom of airing an episode centered around Garrison's death. But after watching it, I understand why it was not only appropriate, but essential. For years, Sister Wives has been about family. The good, the bad, the complicated. To leave this moment unacknowledged would have been dishonest. By showing their grief, the Browns reminded us that their family's story is more than a reality show. They reminded us that their losses are real, that their children are more than cast members. They reminded us that behind every TV moment is a human being with feelings, fears, and hopes. This episode gave Garrison the respect he deserved and gave viewers the opportunity to mourn with the family. It brought fans and the Browns closer than ever. Garrison's legacy will live on. One of the most powerful aspects of the episode was how the family chose to speak about Garrison's legacy. His service in the National Guard, his kindness, his humor, and his love for animals were all highlighted. Janelle talked about planting a garden in his memory. Siblings shared plans to honor him in their own ways. There was discussion of setting up scholarships or supporting mental health organizations. This wasn't just about looking back. It was about moving forward with purpose. The Brown family made it clear that Garrison's life would continue to matter. That his memory would be a driving force for change, for unity, and for love. That, perhaps, is the most beautiful tribute of all. The episode reminded us why Sister Wives still matters. In its earlier seasons, Sister Wives was a groundbreaking reality series exploring a controversial lifestyle. In recent years, it's been criticized for redundancy or for exploiting family drama. But this episode proved that Sister Wives still has the capacity to move, to inspire, and to connect. By showing real, raw, unscripted grief, the show reminded its audience why they started watching in the first place. Not for the drama, but for the love. For the family. For the belief that even in the hardest of times, people can come together, heal together, and grow together. In conclusion, I'm proud of the way Sister Wives handled Garrison's passing. As painful as it was to watch, I'm so grateful the Brown family chose to share their journey through grief. Sister Wives didn't exploit the tragedy. It respected it. It gave Garrison a voice, even after death, and allowed those who loved him to speak. It brought dignity to a moment of heartbreak. and for that, I'm incredibly proud of the show. Garrison Brown's death changed everything for the Browns, and in many ways, it changed Sister Wives too. It deepened its emotional core. It reminded us that behind every TV family are real people with real lives and real pain. And it gave us, the viewers, a chance to mourn someone we had come to care for deeply. That is powerful television. That is meaningful storytelling. And that is something to be proud of.